The advantages of being born into a poor family. To be born poor is unfortunate. There's no sugarcoating it. However, there are a few interesting life lessons and advantages that being poor teaches you. John was born to a poor family. There were no visits to Disneyland and no fancy holiday trips to choice locations. All holidays, if there were any, were to his relatives or grandparents. Most material comfort he wished for were out of reach, only accessible to him through the fading pictures of discarded catalogs. This reality is valid for a significant proportion of the world's population. In America, 1 in 10 children spent their childhood in poverty. To further compound the situation, the majority of these kids won't go to college and thus end up as economically disadvantaged as their parents. However, some people born into poor families use these deprivations to fuel their stratospheric rise to the top and ultimately financial success. There are multiple examples of famous people that grew up poor but are now rich, and some are even now billionaires today. An example is Oprah Winfrey. If you're an Oprah fan like me, hit the like button. She was raised by a single mom in relative poverty, but she's now worth more than $3 billion today. Also, Jack Ma, the CEO of Alibaba, the largest e-commerce company in China, was born poor. The success of these individuals offers hope, but for many poor people, including John, hope is all they have. It's tough breaking out of the vicious cycle of poverty. In the light of these, you wonder if there are any benefits to being born into poverty. Poverty sucks, but with the right perspective, by dint of hard work and guts, it can be a springboard for exceptional achievements in some instances. So here are reasons why being poor is not such a bad thing. 9. The only way is up. If you've reached rock bottom, the only way you can go is up. You don't really have much to lose. You've faced hardship and you survived it. This makes you daring and ready to take the risks that are necessary to help you build wealth. Your past will prepare you for difficulties, and any challenge that life throws at you, you will simply shrug it off and say to yourself, I've faced worse. You may lack the finer things of life at the moment, but that should give you the determination you need to build a better life for yourself and your kids, so that they will never have to go through the hardships you went through. This explains why many migrants to the United States can build better lives for themselves. In the USA, Asians constitute the highest income earners in the country. Many of them came into the country with nothing, but they brought a culture of hard work and determination with them, and they have leveraged that to build better lives for themselves. So in conclusion, being born into humble circumstances is tough, but it's not the end of the world. It can give you that extra inspiration you need to build an abundant life. In Howard Schultz, the Starbucks founder's case, the desire for a better life gave him the inspiration to fight for a better life. The majority of the world's billionaires didn't have wealth transferred to them. They built it all from nothing. And you can too. You will be driven to become rich. If you need some encouragement, you should know that poverty actually gives you the drive and the skill set you need to achieve financial independence and wealth. The statistics back up this point of view. 86% of millionaires today built their wealth from the ground up, and this makes a lot of sense. Hardship teaches you how to scrape to survive, the value of a dollar, how to become resourceful, and to discipline yourself and your spending, which, not surprising, are some of the key skills needed to build wealth. People who have overcome poverty and achieved financial success share several traits. They're hungry for success, disciplined, thrifty with their finances, hardworking, and very good at building networks. This probably explains why the fortunes of many wealthy families in America don't last more than 3 generations if they're that lucky. It's the first generation that builds the wealth from nothing that will be financially savvy and disciplined. The second generation likely lived part of their lives in relative poverty and the other part in abundance, so they are more concerned with preserving the wealth. The third generation, on the other hand, knows nothing except wealth. They've never experienced poverty, so they don't know what it feels like to have nothing. Thus, they never prepare for it. Often, it is the third generation that will dissipate the family wealth. However, if you're born poor, you have the advantage of starting afresh and building wealth from the ground up. You'll appreciate what you have because you understand how difficult it was to get, and you will be able to instill the right values in your children. An example of a poor person who is striving to become a billionaire is Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz. He said the shame of living in government-subsidized housing deeply affected him, and it inspired him to create a better life for himself. According to him, his father was a nobody who worked menial jobs that brought no respect to his family. This underprivileged upbringing motivated him to build the type of company that his father didn't get the chance to work for. Today, he's worth more than $2 billion, and he's the founder of a company that has stores in 73 countries across the globe.